What's up with the day drinkers?
You are listening to the Day Drinkers Society podcast.
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh yeah!
Yeah! Oh yeah!
Drinking beer with the sun on my shades. All my friends are here with me. Come along and hear us talk and laugh a lot. It's the Day Drinkers Society. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get this started?
I thought we started already.
No, man. I got my whole intro. I practiced my whole intro on the way home.
Okay, drum roll. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please.
My friend and yours, give it up, Ian Harrison,
Hello.
a.k.a. Muenster.
Hello, everybody. Hi, hey, how's it going, world?
Dude, so thank you so much. I know you had to drive a long way to get here.
Dude, you said free beer.
Super appreciate it.
It was an easy decision. I love coming back to Denton.
It's not just like cheap college beer, dude. It's like good stuff.
I miss cheap college beer. God, man, driving in, exiting Dallas Drive, I'm like, oh, man, I miss this place so much. Cheap college beer.
For sure.
College ... I
was just talking to somebody about that. They were saying like, man, just go have a $1 beer somewhere downtown. I was like, that doesn't exist anymore.
Do you remember 5-cent beers? There was 5-cent
Nickel
beers.
Night. Yeah, Nickel Natty Light.
Hey, it was 5-cent beers, okay? So we're dating ourselves. All right.
All right, so what we're going to do, I got 6 random beers here for you.
Cool.
You're going to blind grab one. Hand it to me.
Oh.
What do we got here? We got Real Ale Brewing Fresh Kicks. Hazy IPA. How are you on craft beers? You all right?
I mean, I used to be an office cicerone, but that was years ago. Now I like beer, you know. To be honest with you, beer palates are strange, which you will attest to having brewed beer and been, part of the State Drinking Society and the beer, what is it, DCCD?
CCSD,
baby. Beer palates change sort of like, okay, I get it. All right, I'm jumping the gun. All right.
One at a time.
One at a time. All right. So we're gonna.
Oh, wait. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Curse. All right.
So tell me. I usually start every podcast out with this question. Tell me about the first time you ever got drunk.
Dude, all right, so it's like 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, and we're out at, backstory, 80s baby, 90s kid, Austin, born and raised, was born into the craziness that like Austin has become, but before it was crazy, so, man, we all just went and did stuff. We trooped through creeks, and we like rode without seatbelts in the back of truck beds, and stole parents' Zimas, and that leads to this story. And so, like, we're out at some offshoot of the lake, And I remember because we were like jumping off cliffs into the water, into the creek or whatever. But yeah, so anyways, back to stealing Zimas. My buddy Jason Godbout's mom had driven us out to this place wherever we were. And she had a cooler full of these things. And I mean, if anybody remembers Zima out there, it tasted like Sprite. It was like a little tart, but the motherfuckers tasted like Sprite. So anyways, he steals like 1 and then he steals like 3. And then the next thing we know, we're like, whatever drunk is at 11 years old, we are that. But then
laughing your asses off, bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, but to be fair, then it's like fast forward 9 more years or 10 more years. I don't think I got drunk again till I could go and buy beer.
Right
now, sidebar: Ian likes cannabis, so there was many years that definitely while everybody else was like partying, drinking Natty Light or whatever, I was rolling dupes or whatever. And no shame in my game. It has led me on the path that I'm on, and I've maneuvered many a situation having been me. So, no harm, no foul. But yeah, first time I was drunk, probably on some Zima at 11 years old, and then like nothing for a decade.
Yeah. Man, see, I was only in the weeds for like 3 years of my life. But it was a long ass time. Like it felt like forever.
You're in the weeds. Oh, like into smoking the weed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like in the
weeds.
When
we were kids,
man, are we in the fucking weeds right now? All right. Yeah. Okay.
In high school,
I'm in the weeds.
Like 15, 16, 17. And once I turned 18, I started smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
And then,
that happens.
we started just drinking all the time.
Yeah, that
It was
happens
like,
too.
okay. I didn't like to mix them as much because that's not fun all the time.
So you chose the liquid route.
Yeah, because that's where
all right.
all the excitement was.
Okay.
Because I've been stoned and watched movies forever, but like,
Yeah, but have you been
can
drunk
come
and
out.
watched movies?
yeah, it's not as
Do you remember?
I pass out.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. All right.
Yeah.
So let me flip it
No.
on you. So like
I just wanted to get out of the house. You know, what I'm saying?
you going from deciding, all right, cool, I'm not in the weeds anymore. I'm in the ocean.
Yeah,
I'm in the fluidity of it.
Right.
How did that lead to like a brewing society and craft beers and then
Oh, just many years of just drinking, just many years meeting like the people you meet along the way at bars and parties and all that. Like
Fair.
It's
Okay.
just I don't think I would have. I know definitely I would not have the balls to talk to half the people I do
without beer?
if I was just stoned all the time.
Okay.
I'd be in the corner like hanging out, just watching everybody.
I think that's probably most people. Like
Yeah.
I am definitely edge case. That stuff gives me laser focus and superpower.
Yeah.
So
it makes me fucking just
I
want
get it.
zone
Anyways,
out. So it doesn't help my social.
now let's bring it back to the center between. But what do you think about like hoppy beer that infuses cannabis? So it
The
uses,
THCs, I haven't had any of the THCs yet. I haven't tried them.
not not the seltzers.
Like anything with it though, like everything involved.
Okay, there's some
Because-
good beers that like incorporate the the palettes or the terpene profiles from like strains of cannabis, but they're infused into beer.
Yeah,
So it's like best of both worlds.
I think they
I don't
do.
think you're getting stoned off the beer, but you're getting drunk off the beer. So
Probably a
it's
lot
still
more
a win.
relaxed.
Yeah, it's something.
No, I haven't tried it. I don't know. I don't know how I would react to it. So
Okay, all right, fair.
I'll probably try it once or twice, but I don't see it being like
You hear that,
my
folks?
go-to.
Moderation.
I don't see it being my go-to.
All right, fair enough. So this beer is good. Do we describe the beer?
You can if you want to.
So, Fresh Kicks Hazy IPA. I will say that I don't fucking like it, IPAs. Hoppy, like super hoppy beer bothers me. It makes me not want to drink beer. But this is actually like super refreshing.
It's herbally.
See, there we go. Back to the center. I think it would go quite well with herbal refreshments, but it actually would go well with pizza. For those that don't know me out there, I am a big fan of pizza. I like pizza a lot. So if a beer won't go with pizza, the beer is getting trashed, not the za. So that's all I got to say.
Right.
In this case, this Fresh Kicks by Real Ale. Shout out Real Ale, which I love Texas beer. Fireman's 4 beer story. Here we go.
Oh, yeah,
beer,
yeah.
beer
Here we go.
store.
Here we
We're
go.
going beer story. I didn't drink a whole lot of beer, like especially like I said, I didn't drink for a decade.
Yeah.
Being able to buy beer, I think I innately sought out like Texas beers, which were few and far between in 2001.
Yeah.
Jesus, 2002. I turned 21 in 2002. So a long time for these craft beers to become what they are now. And point being, Real Ale did exist, and like I always loved Fireman's 4. Something about
I agree.
Fireman's 4 was just great. And so they used to brew their beer in like very small, like super small craft batches. And they were like, this little Llano beer company trying to do something. Now they're widely distributed and you can find it many places. It's a journey in fluidity through booze.
Yeah. CCSD took a trip down there to visit the brewery. It's a fucking nice little place.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nestled off in the woods, the high hill country.
Yeah, it's awesome down there.
Like 2-story concrete building.
Did you guys go to the Salt Lick afterwards?
No.
Oh man,
No, did not. Did not. Went to Fredericksburg.
All right. Well, now that the rest of this podcast is a letdown because the best barbecue was not acquired, I guess we can set our course for that expectation.
Salt Lick Barbecue.
Dude, have you had? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I have not
that's
tried it yet.
Across from Camp Ben McCullough, also a fun place to go in Texas. If you guys find yourself in the middle of the nowhere hill country, you can jump off a rope swing or like tube down the water or go to the Salt Lick across the street. Just make a reservation. Yeah. All right. Anyways,
So what about, how does that compare to Franklin's? Is it like,
it doesn't.
it's a different,
It's just the Salt Lick is an entire immersive experience. Franklin's is a culinary moment.
Okay. I see. I like that. So,
Is there a script? Or are we just like?
there's not really a script.
Okay,
We
all
just
right.
kind of just off the dome, you know.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's the way. Let's go back to the beginning of Muenster.
Oh no.
What got you into music in the first place?
Oh gosh. All right. I mean, fair answer. I'm a button pusher. I think like in nature, like naturally, I like to push buttons, like in conversation, but like also like literally, like, oh
There's a button there. Yeah.
wait, oh,
Yeah.
all right. See, so that led to like keyboards really early on in life and synthesizers, and I grew up around older family members playing music. My parents went to these parties and stuff that I remember at a very young age where there was always some kind of music instruments or something there. And so living in Austin was also just a very eccentric time.
Yeah, I bet.
So like we made our neighborhood band, I think, when I was like 6 or 7. I've never not done music, like
Yeah.
at least as much as I can remember in my core self as me. So going back is just like going forward for me because being music, playing music, being attached to it. Like, I think you saw my reaction when I walked in here. It was just
Yeah,
like,
like, oh,
whoa.
studio.
So I don't know if the rest of the audience has ever seen this whole like pod that we're sitting in. You're seeing about like a quarter of this entire shotgun house full of a piano and like 7 guitars and a bass and a drum kit.
Yeah,
And
I need to do a studio tour.
you should do a studio tour. Maybe we'll do one at the end. But anyhow, so back to music and like where I got into it. I think it was an outlet for me. I've got extreme ADD. I wouldn't say I've got ADHD. I'm not entirely hyperactive, but I definitely like anchor to things pretty quickly and then move on to other things. And so
Yeah.
something about the pulsation of music and the like creation of waveforms, understanding that like I could hold my finger down on a keyboard for any period of time and it would make that noise until I let go. That leads to controlling our reality at some level, like creating it, right?
Yeah.
And then so like music itself creates reality because people adapt to what they hear. It sets the tone for our environments. It led my course for like everything else I've ever gone on to do.
Yeah. Was there like any like one album that was like spoke to you as a child? That was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
this is
it was-
amazing.
Rap Masters Volume 2. And it was like probably one of the first tapes I like saved up allowance money to get, and
Yeah.
my parents got it for me or whatever. But I just remember it had like Fat Boys on it, which I really loved them rapping about
Yeah.
pizza. But it also had like Public Enemy, and it had Eric B and Rakim, and it had Just Ice, and it had so much of like this rap music, hip hop music, rap music. Really, like they were sort of one and the same even at that point. But it just always loved it. From then I like. The next tape I bought was like Candy Band, which had like Knockin' Boots on it, which my parents didn't like, and so then they took that from me. And then I remember buying like a Tribe Called Quest tape after that, and yeah, I don't know about like one particular album. At the same time, like I can think about stuff that my folks were listening to, like Leonard Cohen shaped my music stuff. Simon and Garfunkel, I don't know, CNC Music Factory at the same time as listening to Tribe Called Quest. So like.
I think that was one of the coolest things growing up in the 90s was like there was so many different genres then.
Yeah, man.
It was like, you know, everything prior mixed into whatever the hell anybody else, you know, came up with. It was a good time to be alive.
It was a
Good time to grow up.
I would hope that everybody feels like it's a good time to be alive, but there was an interesting, it was just like, you feel like there was this juvenile time or like, technology was emerging, but it wasn't as exponential as it is now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Digital things were like becoming normal, but they were so fringe and edge case. Now they're so normal. We, I think, had this period of transition between analog life and digital life, which is never to be experienced again.
Oh, yeah, no.
And it's sort of what makes, you know, the weird crossover generation that we come from so strange.
I was thinking about that today, too, on the way home. I was like, if we had the technology that we have now when we were like 21, like the crazy... I think I was a little bit more creative back then, but like didn't have the tools to express it. Had I had it back then, I I don't know what the hell would have happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just would have been like so much easier to get music out and do other things and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay, so I think you just hit the whole circle. Like, it would have been easier to get music out, but also easier to do other things. And
Yeah.
like, I'm fearful that
Or
I know how much I'm on my phone, right? I
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
much
yeah.
I use technology now and like these tools in our toolkits or whatever. So my fear is that if I had innate access to like open world everything at 21, 22, I don't
Yeah.
know how musically productive I would have been because I just would have been doing everything else. So, but
Yeah.
also maybe I would just have been cranking stuff out faster.
That's what I'm saying. Like, songwriting would have been a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Using a 4-track was fucking.
Now, okay, I
Time-consuming.
noticed you still, is that a task cam I saw
I
earlier?
have the task cam.
Man, respect, dude.
That's
All
where
right.
I started, man. That's where I started. Well, actually, I started on a tape deck, but whatever.
Okay, so I think I mean, yeah, fine, started on a tape deck. But Tascam 4 tracks.
Yeah, I had to beg my dad to give me that. He got me that and an old Roland drum machine.
Was it the Dr. Rhythm or Dr. Groove?
It
Did it have
wasn't-
the, did it have the bass line in it, or was
Actually,
it
it
just...
was a Alesis.
Oh, okay.
The Alesis
it was
one.
the Alesis
They would play
competition.
the
I can
loops.
see the pad.
Yeah.
I can see it. So we have similar stories. I started on a Tascam 4 track. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely was like cutting tapes on like an old Walkman or whatever. But,
Yeah.
So Tascam 4 track, but the Dr. Groove. So
Dr. Groove, yeah.
Dr. Groove had the
Dad wasn't putting out the money for the Dr. Groove. He did not want to do that.
I got mine at a pawn shop. I was like 18. I was so stoked. Anyways, I had like the dial pad you could turn, and then you had like 3 different bass sounds.
Yeah.
But you could make essentially like a full stack beat with this thing. And so we made our first record back in 1999, 2000, using a Dr. Groove. Like literally, I think we made a 15-song album.
I'm pretty
with
sure.
Asstown Anthem on it. Shout out Austin hip hop in its birth forms back in.
I'm pretty sure I
the
saw
late
Pudge on
90s.
stage with one recently. Like,
A Dr. Groove.
I'm pretty something. Like, he
Man,
had a sampler of some
or
sort.
maybe it was like an
And
SP303.
it was holding all his beats, and he would just do that instead of like carrying a whole
Yeah,
laptop.
maybe so. Pudge is an incredible
It was pretty brilliant. I was like,
hip
oh,
hop
you just do
mind,
that. That's so smart.
It would not surprise me if so. Anyways, yeah. Do we do beer 2 or where are you?
Oh
at on
yeah,
it?
let's get beer number 2.
Beer number 2.
All right.
Dose.
Well, you like the buttons here. You like the buttons.
This guy.
What do we got here? What we got here? I didn't get any sours or anything
Good.
gross.
Thank God. I don't fucking like them. All right, we got 903 Brewers. Texas tequila. Oh, we're going porter.
Texas took.
Damn.
Oh yeah, that's the
All
only
right.
porter that's in there.
All right, it's cool.
I think.
All right.
So yeah, just man. So okay, I was listening to Ian on the way down. The production on that is amazing.
Thank you.
Who did all the work on that?
So,
Or how do you go about it?
executive producer Billy Sin. Shout out Valley of the Kings.
R.I.P., I think,
R.I.P.
right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You beat me to it, but yeah, rest in peace. I cut 2 records there. I had the pleasure of working with Billy as an executive producer on 2 different albums of mine, and so it really brought out my humanity through my artistry in 2 different ways. But to Ian, and to the credit and to the question you're asked, I think about half the record was produced by Cloak. Cloak Beats. And then I had a couple beats on there. My guy, IQ Music, and I, Wolfie, made a beat together. Pterodactyl and I made a beat together.
Mm-hmm.
And then several other producers from here and there.
It's got hella features on it too.
It does. Yeah,
That's
so
insane.
like... the record's my namesake, right? So Ian, it's got the picture of my daughter Cora on it. I knew when I was making this record, and as it was post-COVID, post-Great Reset, cumulative respect of the work that I have put in the last 2 decades as Muenster, I knew that it was going to be sort of my hat hang for a while. Like, I got to raise my kid. I'm brand building. I'm doing so much around other like creator development that the idea of making another full record is a little daunting.
Oh yeah.
But it's freed me up to be featured on a lot of other people's projects, and again I'm in the process of building one of the greatest foundations and legacies I think that will ever exist in the realm of footwear and immersive content, but we'll get to that. So
Yeah.
back to Ian and like, yeah, hella features. So I really like leveraged everybody that I've ever worked with or grown up listening to. I mean, that record features a lot of idols, a lot of people that I've grown up listening to, a lot of MCs that have paved the way for a lot of, really cool hip hop music. So yeah, it was a good record. I don't know where I'm going with that. Now I'm rambling. Beer number 2.
It's a good time.
Right,
it's a good time. Have you tried it yet? You haven't tried it?
I did. I took a sip and then set it down, because there's nothing worse than an asshole that opens a beer, pours it, and then sets the cup down without sipping out of it.
It'd be a boring show if you're not.
New York City!
Man, I hate paste pecani sauce.
Yes, there you go. Way to, see, line them up, shoot them down, bro. All right.
Well, we have a whole jar in the fucking house right now. Because you have to, right?
Oh, that's fucking delicious. All right.
It's definitely got that chocolate.
Brought to you by 903 Texas Tuxedo Porter. The 903 Texas Tuxedo Porter mixes blends of chocolate, cinnamon, hints of oak, and living in motherfucking Texas.
Is that what it says?
No, I was just making that up. It's
9%. It says it pairs with
everything.
Grilled ribeye.
Pairs with Texas.
German chocolate cake and turquoise bolos.
See? Everything I just said. Pairs with ribeye, cake, and then what?
Turquoise bolos.
Rillos.
Bolos.
It pairs well with Rillos. No. Roll up.
No, yeah. You know what a bolo is, right?
It's a Rillo.
What?
Yeah, it's the tie thing with the leather
straps. And
Come on, man.
Will Ferrell. I don't know why I said that.
Rillo Ferrell.
Oh, man, that's funny. Dude, so, so what have you been working on now? What are you doing now with yourself? Besides drinking with me?
Yeah, I was like, is this micro or macro? Like, what am I working on now? I guess I'm working on myself. I'm taking moments to reflect and build on my future and make sure that the choices and actions I'm making are, best. No, man, I'm working on brand building. Building out.
Let's talk about it.
The legacy of the future of footwear. And that is through this brand that I've co-founded with 2 of my buddies, Lee and Mike Goldstein.
That's why I picked the Fresh Kicks.
Fresh
Kicks. I don't know if you caught that.
I caught that now. I did not before. The company's called Sneakar, and man, this beer makes you burp.
Like you misspelled sneaker?
No, I purposely spelled Sneakar. No, it's augmented reality and sneakers. So it's actually the combination of both footwear and experiential marketing, experiential brand work, experiential existence. And what that means really is like taking your brand and building out a custom footwear, custom shoe, a custom kick, using your colorway and your logos or your artifacts, and then taking that shoe and delivering it wherever your feet land. So we have this unique product offering. It's called the walking billboard effect. And what that does is it takes exactly what thank you. It takes what I'm describing, which is taking a branded footwear with your colorways and your artifacts and your logos, but then using our tech stack that's proprietary and your phone, which almost everybody has on them at all given times. Yeah. And pointing that at whatever that image tracking is, whatever that token, that artifact is, and delivering content that extends beyond your footwear. So it's augmented reality. So what that means is you're looking at what's around you, but it's also extending that experience. So into immersion or full to giving you sort of, for those out there that have maybe played Pokemon Go, that's a geospatial game. Yeah. And so that's something that would be considered immersion. Like you're taking the world that's around you, but you're overlaying something else on it. So in that same light, Sneakar takes your brand and delivers custom footwear that then take that experience further through an immersive experience through the website or through our app, which is live on all the app stores. Okay. It could be a game. It could be a video. It could be a commercial. It could be access to a secret meet and greet. It could be a handshake moment. It could be a discount on a product. Essentially, what it does is the same way that commercial content through ad space, like on a video or a radio or a paper billboard or a digital billboard exists, the same way that that happens, taking a brand kit, putting it on footwear, and then delivering your brand wherever your self is or your brand representatives are, conferences, festivals, music events, again, one-on-ones, secret greetings, all of these sort of like extensions of the moment, right? So yeah, back to the beginning, Sneakar, low barrier of entry, custom footwear company with an XR augmented reality media stack platform connected to it.
Isn't it cool to live in the future?
Dude, okay, so I grew up reading all these books, right, where there was like tablets you'd talk to, or like robots that would drive for you, or self-automated cars, or like augmented reality at some level where you're wearing goggles and it takes you into some things. But now yet here we are, you know, a moment's notice or like a finger's touch away from the stuff that we grew up reading about. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Still no flying cars, though. Still no flying cars.
Well,
I mean, they got
they exist. They're just not. There's no mass adoption of flying cars yet, and thank God, because dude, no one would. What
People
would
can't
we
drive real
do
cars.
with flying cars? Right now, we got helicopters crashing into planes. So, I mean, what would we do with flying cars? I mean to say, there's no order to it. So, I'm happy to be as advanced into the futurism that we are in the things that we grew up like reading about.
That's crazy. I mean, we saw the birth and death of the CD, the compact disc, you know? Like, we thought that was
Yet the
futuristic.
reemergence of the vinyl record and the cassette tape.
They had it right the first time. Like, they got it right the first time.
History
Vinyl
repeats
is so
itself.
amazing. And, then, you know, like, I don't know how they did it. Because, like, it doesn't even make sense how their brains work to even create vinyl in the beginning, you know? And then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, it's easier to get your music on streaming services than it is on vinyl.
Oh, far easier. Yeah.
It's
because
$20 versus
guess
$2,000.
what? We're giving away our IP to those streaming services to leverage us for their brand work. That's why it's easier. It's easier because they are monetizing off of us, not for us. So let's clarify and make sure that's clear. The reason it's harder to get into vinyl is because it requires cost up front, investment in your own art and creation, and the belief that it's going to make a return. That's a hard sell to most musicians that are sitting in something much smaller than this and creating on something much worse than the equipment that I'm looking at. So if all of your expectations are based around quick, put it out, repeat, quick, put it out, repeat, there's
Apparently
no
that's the
return.
way. All these forums I'm in, they're like, yeah, you just got to put a single out every week. Why?
Well, I think from a content creation standpoint, I'm not even going to argue with that. I think
They said it was Russ. You know who Russ is?
Yeah,
the
of
rapper?
course. And, you know,
he says flood the market. Just flood it. Just put as much out as you can.
if that's all you have to offer is your digital presence, then fine. The real
sure he
money
monetizes
is in
with other stuff, though.
the real money is in tangibles and chasm crossing between those digital experiences that artists are creating by making all the streaming music and having something that your fans and your super fans especially, let's listen to that word, you guys, super fans especially, can hold on to and can create, you know, these authentic anchor points off of and remember, oh, I did this thing with this artist. He's my favorite because of X. She did this for me and I will never forget it.
Yeah.
Those are those moments that are going to resonate and drive revenue and drive artist impact far longer than, oh, I'm going to put a single out each week. Who's listening to it? Fucking
I don't know.
nobody.
No, but like in the, I use DistroKid. Not sponsored yet, but there's
like
a
that
distro.
yet.
There's a DistroKid Facebook page that I'm on, and it's all these like guys. I don't even know where they're from, how they're doing it, whatever. But they'll show their revenue stream. They're making like $10,000 a month on singles, and I'm like, how is that possible? Like, who are you? Where are you putting it? Who's listening to this?
Do you really want me to demystify this for you?
Maybe not on camera. Let's not tell everybody the secret.
It's no secret. It's
No, I don't understand. Like,
okay. So there's a thing
How
called
do you-
streaming farms. Okay,
Yeah,
and so
streaming
these stream
farms.
farms exist, but then there are protected stream farms.
but DistroKid blocks you.
Hold on.
Blocks from
There
that,
are
or they try
protected
to.
stream farms through IP. It's called IP movement. It's at the base level. So basically, there's no way to really track where these stream routes are coming from. That and back in the 80s and 90s, there was something called payola with the radio stations.
yeah.
Payola was
Learned that
where
in
the
business
record
music
labels
school.
would fluff up their top artists and get them spins more frequently.
Wait, hold on. You mean the way that Jay-Z bought Beyonce's country album of the year Grammy?
Crickets.
Anyways, continue.
So payola, much like how Jay-Z bought out Beyonce's country album to win the Grammys, was the move by record labels and record moguls pushing their product, pushing their artist, pushing their algorithm ahead of the crop.
He who had the most money wins.
Yeah, and nothing has changed. Let's be frank, and that's sort of what we're
have
talking
laws,
about. Shout
though.
out, let's
They have
be
laws.
frank. Shout out, Juicy the Emissary, 940 Music. Okay,
They have laws,
so,
though. You're not supposed to do
Yeah,
payload.
but the
Payload.
curve
You're not
around
supposed to
is that
accept
they
it.
have these stream farms that are these IP addresses that are greenlit that are allowed by these streaming platforms because it makes both sides money. So it's just
They were
the
supposed
modern
to-
version of payola is really all that's going on.
Okay. Well, they I don't know. They stayed on there that they're against that, and you can get banned and all your music pulled from everywhere.
Chris Kaliba, me, Ian Harrison for sure. Warner Brothers, Sony Music,
If you-
Atlantic Records,
He
not
who
going to
has the
happen.
most money wins.
Yeah, man. I mean, so like, anyway, I don't think we're saying anything that's new. It just may be
No.
unknown by
Yeah.
some.
But no, I'm saying like these underground guys that claim to be making 10 grand a month on their streams. I'm like, they're not with Warner Brothers, but they're not getting canceled. But at the same time, are they even real people? Like, I don't even know. Are they just bots that like say that?
I mean, the real thing is in this digital age is you can sort of check receipts, right? And so you can go and look up these artists and see what their numbers
And I
are, and
listen
you
to
know
their
how
music
much
and I'm
people
like,
are getting monetized.
It
So if
sounds
you,
like their music sounds like they made it on a 4-track
that's not
Tascam, dude.
see,
Like, so
unfortunately,
who's listening to this
how the
10,000
music
times?
sounds and how much money they're making on it don't align. There's a catalyst. I'm looking at your amplifier here.
Yeah.
There's a catalyst between the two, and the catalyst is again how much money you have. So how much is their backing behind this creator?
Right. I don't know. It's just tripped me out. Beer number 3.
Beer number 3. Okay.
What do we got here? Oh.
Do we just move? If I grab it, it's us. All right. Heavy hands. We're going from a porter to a heavy hand, so this
Heavy
thing's not
hands.
going well.
8%.
8%.
I gotta start reading what they are because I have to drink them too. All right. Yeah. Heavy Spindle Tap Brewing Heavy Hand.
Heavy is the hand of the crown.
It doesn't even say what kind of beer it is.
Yeah, it's just like it's rich in alcohol.
Oh, at least it's clear. It's a good sign. All right.
The echo on the mic boom is
Yeah. It's obnoxious. It's because I bought the cheapest mic booms I could find.
I like your logo, the
Day Drinkers.
Day Drinker Society.
Thanks, AI. What do you think about AI?
I love that question.
You're kind of in it, but
I love that. I love that question. So listen, I think software is going to eat the world. There's no argument about that. So this is a lean-in situation. AI is just like a hammer or a blowtorch or a microphone or a drumstick on a drumhead. It is a tool of which to use, to build something, to create something, to analyze something, to assess.
yeah.
So it comes down to like, how do we use these tools in our toolkit? I personally, as a futurist and as a Web3 brand builder and as a creative as a service agency owner, use AI in many different ways to help ideate, to help framework, to help architect starting points.
Yeah.
Think of
Starting points. That's right.
All right. I think also let's clarify like AI and large language models and operators and agents and ChatGPT, Claude, Sora. All of these things are these stacked large language models. And these large language models either act independently, meaning they're global and they access the like kind of worldwide web of data to then go and create query, return information, results, or you have what are called trained operators. And trained operators are large language models that are specifically set into role sets, like telling it, hey, put on this hat. Today I want you to be an architect and I want you to draft plans on drafting the, next World Trade Center towers to replace what has fallen.
Okay.
So that would be like giving it a very specific set of rules, it being this large language model bot or, if this then that entity that layers results on top of itself, ones and zeros,
Yeah.
base 64. Taking that back to like a human viewpoint, really what like AI is the ability to go out and take the deep search of a Google and the results of, human interaction and layer it on top of media articles and video results and social media impact and give back to the person asking the question the most stacked, again, large language, so it means it's layered on top of itself.
Yeah.
Result that it can. And so depending on what you're using AI for, or these LLM operators, you really can use it to specify and like get very into the weeds and bring it back to, you know, where you're trying to go with some kind of goal-oriented result.
Right.
I think AI is a wonderful tool. I think it also is a lazy man's worst enemy.
Oh, it is.
And what I mean by that is, yeah, like you could get a whole paper written by some AI engine. You go to GPT and say, hey, Claude, write me a dissertation. But the problem is it's going to pull from like 50 other thousand dissertations that probably suck, and it's not going to fact check. You're not going to have your voice connected to it. And likelihood is, A, it can get ran through some kind of AI detection engine and you're failed. Or, you know, your professor or your boss or whoever you're submitting this bullshit project to that you didn't spend any human time with is going to get rejected. So I'm going to end it where I started. It's a wonderful tool, but just like any kind of junior employee, any kind of junior downline, any kind of sort of assistant or agent or aide, it's simply that. One must always trust but verify when using AI.
Yeah. I used to spend hours on Photoshop making logos and band flyer or show flyers and all that stuff. And now with AI, I can just type in what I want it to say and what I want it to do, and then blah, 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 blah. I got it. Like this is AI.
But it's never first time result, right?
Never first time result.
So that's what I think we should stress to people.
Bit of time to do.
Yeah, like
get it right. You got to finesse it.
Bullshit in, bullshit out. So learning to prompt correctly with a large language model operator is a finesse. It is a skill.
Yep, I've learned.
So you either spend the time to learn how to do it, or you spend money to hire someone else that's going to prompt you correctly to use these tools in their tool set. So it comes back to the beginning. Use AI, use large language models, use LLM operators, use AGI and reasoning, fucking music video makers and image makers, whatever, in the best ability that a tool would build something for you, but never look away.
Well said. Well said. What do you think about this beer? 8%er.
I don't like it.
I don't love it, but I'm trying to just power through it.
Oh, man.
It's been around for a while, too. Spindletop has had this out for a long time.
You know, a lot of motherfuckers like IPAs.
IPA lot when I drink IPAs. Yeah.
IPA lot.
No, I like IPAs sometimes. It's not my favorite kind of beer. I like other styles.
Damn, man. It's not often I hear a good beer joke, but, you know.
That's a shirt that I saw on Amazon.
IPA a lot.
It says IPA.
I'm out of the loop. Shit.
I love dad jokes. You like dad jokes? You're a dad. You should have all your dad jokes.
I do like a good dad joke.
So how old are your kids now? You got the one.
I have two.
You have two.
I got a 22-year-old and almost 3-year-old.
Blows my mind. I didn't know that. I thought you were a new dad.
I mean, hey, you're not wrong. I'm a fucking new dad.
You know
I just also have a 22-year-old. So that has its own fun.
We were talking about that the other day, me and the wife. Like, if, let's just say, the first time we hooked up, we were to inceptualize. If we were to, you know, make child, that kid would be 21. And we're like, whoa, that's a lot of damn years.
Well, all right. So let me bring it all full circle.
So we'd be drinking with our kid right now.
The 22-year-old teaches at the 2.5-year-old school, so they see each other all the time, and they have their own little bond thing going on. It's just like its own thing. So you know, there's something majestic about that, and
it's crazy.
As detached as 2 decades are between 2 and 22, to watch them interact and, like, you know, scroll through my phone and see both of them together, man, it's a trip, bro.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah. This is terrible beer.
Well, chug it. There's no skips.
Fucking
no
shit.
skips.
I'm not trying to skip. I'm not. Just saying.
We're only halfway through. We still got 3 more beers.
Oh, man.
You picked it.
What did I pick?
You picked this beer.
Oh, well, it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Just power through, Ian. Power through. So are you taking a break from music at the moment, is what you're saying?
No, fuck no. What?
Okay. Like you said that the album thing was...
Do you know how daunting it is to make an album?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's
all I'm
obnoxious.
saying is I'm not trying to spend, the 3,000 hours it takes to make a solo record right now while I'm raising a toddler, building a brand, maintaining an agency, loving my wife, raising some animals, keeping as much of my friendship circle intact as I can on my side.
Oh, actually, shout out to your wife for letting you off the leash tonight.
Let's clarify. There's no leash in this scenario. It was straight up just don't go on Valentine's because hey, it's Valentine's.
That's true. Do you have any plans for Valentine's?
Yeah, we're going to this churrascaria, this Brazilian steakhouse thing where they do. Really? It's sort of like what's the one everybody knows, Texas de Brazil.
Okay,
but it's not that.
It's not that.
But it's
something like that.
More intimate. It will be a refined scenario where you will enjoy each other's time. No, it's good. I've never been to one of these things before.
No, I haven't been to one of those either.
Okay, high five.
I looked at a bunch of places. So I wanted to surprise her with something nice, and
did you land on Denny's?
it was super expensive. Everything was over $600. I was like, what the fuck? Maybe not a steakhouse this night. So we landed on Hula Hands.
Oh,
they're having a what is it, $70 couple special thing?
That's not $500.
3-course meal.
Okay.
4-course meal. A bunch of course meals.
There's dessert involved.
Dessert.
Okay.
Cocktails, wine.
Okay.
The whole thing. And then so that'll be fun.
Listen,
reservations.
Sidebar.
First time I ever made reservations. I'm not a reservations person.
Okay, my wife is a reservations person. She makes reservations any and every time there's an opportunity to. So at the first few years, I was like, what in the fuck? And now I'm like, yep, okay, hey, honey, we're going to go to this place. Do you want to see if they make reservations? It's like a game for her. So I don't want to deprive her of it. So anytime I can, I now introduce the place that might have reservations so that she can do it. But listen, shout out to the square of Denton. Really, shout out to the whole city. I moved away a few years ago though, man. So it's different for me when I roll back in and I see all the lights and now
changes quite often.
Things change. Object impermanence, cool.
Yeah,
but there is a eclectic, majestic, absolutely lovely energy about this town, about this city. And it's like the vortex, hence vortexes, right?
Yeah.
Hence the group that I was in. And
I still have that CD somewhere.
Yeah, damn right you do, because it was fantastic. Okay, so
I buy another copy of it recently.
There's, if we can, anyways. So much like the vortex or vortexes and blah, 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 there is something magnetic about this city and the Golden Triangle, right? There's a reason why the Golden Triangle Mall was called Golden Triangle. But more so specifically, why don't thunderstorms really mess with the city or hurricanes or tornadoes? There's something majestic about this place.
The first year we lived in this house, we got hit by a tornado. Our street. It didn't destroy our houses because these houses were built when wood was wood. In the 50s,
Fair.
So, yeah, it didn't hurt our houses, but our trampoline went from our backyard to our front yard. The guy's chimney down the street at the other end of the cul-de-sac, his chimney ended up on this side of the cul-de-sac, fully intact.
Okay, well,
killed a man.
Negate what I'm saying.
There's tornadoes. Once every 100 years.
Fine, all right. Well, my point is there's some kind of...
I derailed your whole shit.
No, you didn't derail it. You actually added some context. There's a nexus to this area, and because of it, it's a magnetic microcosm. And I said it the same way that I did moving from Austin in 2002 up here. There's some sort of self-cohesion that Denton, Texas has.
I've looked at other places and they don't really have what we have.
No.
I've tried to find it in New York. I've tried to find it in LA. I've tried to find little hubs of the suburb town away from the big city that is like this. I mean, maybe it's out there, but I haven't found one.
No,
That's
it's just really like to me, Denton is like, it used to be like, oh, Denton's tiny Austin. That's not as accurate anymore. What it is that like Denton now is the Austin that I remember, if that makes any sense. So it's like,
it's going to get worse.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, guys. But it's also going to get better. Like, it's also like, dude, all right.
We'll have a killer.
When I first moved up here in 2002, Denton did not have itself. It didn't like, it wasn't its own. It wasn't standing on its own. It was a fucking sneeze of Dallas and Fort Worth. Like, it was still very much like a livestock town, almost.
I loved it.
You know,
Loved it.
I loved it too. I lived here for almost 2 decades. My point is that like I watched, like, in my opinion, I watched scenes form, and I watched like people become royalty here, and I watched things become established that were sort of floating in a continuum without anything to hold on to. Now, when you come here, 20 years later, there's a certain sort of like, oh, this feels like Denton.
Yes.
But when I moved here 20 years ago, it was like, whoa, this place doesn't know what it is. Is it a college town? Is it a runoff from Dallas? Is it a runoff from Fort Worth? No, bullshit, Chris. I think Denton very fucking well knows what it is. And I think there are lots of groups to establish that on the social side of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think when you roll into here and you cross that Corinth to Denton border, something happens. Something changes. You're here, and it's a fucking microcosm in itself. Something reacted to that. When I said microcosm earlier, you were like, ooh.
My anxiety drops once I pass the Louisville Bridge.
There you go.
I'm like, home.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
It's just a calming feeling. But no, the microcosm thing that was my rant about not having. Are there little towns that we don't know about? Because so for example, we went out to downtown
Burlington, Vermont's cool.
Downtown McKinney the other day, just like a day trip.
Yeah,
it was kind of like, it was cool. There's like little shops and mom and pop shops and stuff. I'm just tired of the same old like, because I drove from Dallas to North Carolina, and it's the same McDonald's, Exxon.
Have you been to Hot Springs?
Like same thing, you know, like the major highway. Like if you branch out off the highways, what cool like mom and pop shops are we missing?
Have you been to Hot Springs?
I have not been to Hot Springs.
Okay.
I didn't get to stop anywhere. I was just straight drive. But.
Totally. Also not direct off the highway.
Before you start that.
All right.
Beer number
4.
4.
Oh. All right. You pick it.
Damn it.
I'm not doing so good. So
Haze Wizards. More hazies.
I see a Colson there.
3 Nations Haze Wizard.
Haze Wizard.
Damn it.
So back to your point in question. I think there are other really cool runoff little towns.
I bet I just want to fucking visit them.
They're harder to find. Denton is anomaly in that, like, yeah, you can just exit right off 35 and find this cool little thing that's sort of like a mini Austin, and you know, has its own feel and
see. I wonder
jazz.
If my love for Denton is because I know a shitload of people here. So then when I run into people, I'm like, oh, excited. But if I go vacation somewhere like Dripping Springs or something, I don't know a whole bunch of people down there.
There's a part of that. Now, I will say growing up in Austin when I did, it was the same sort of like 6 degrees of separation. There was always someone at somewhere that knew someone from somewhere else.
Right.
It's not like that anymore down there, as much as I have spent down there. But it is still like that up here, like as much as I get to spend here these days. But yeah, so I think there is something to the cohesion that you're talking about, and there is something to the familiarity that you're talking about. But there is also something about like showing up in Little Rock, Arkansas, or Hot Springs, or Burlington, Vermont, or New Haven, Connecticut, and being like, damn, I could see how this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You mentioned LA or whatever. The thing is with LA, just like with Austin, there are pockets, there are honey holes of really cool, niche, authentic, cultural.
I've never got to go.
Okay. There is.
You know how I vacation a lot? Google Earth. Google Earth, you can see every street. I don't need to go there.
But you do.
I find my favorite places and I go there.
Okay, this is a better beer. What are we drinking?
This is Three Nations in Carrollton. They're a Haze Wizard.
It's also an IPA, but it's like way less intimidating.
Yeah, it's probably like, well, we've had a 9%, 8%, and this is probably 7.5, so it's not much. All right. Yeah.
It's not, it's, it's good. No, it's good.
It's this, okay, so this podcast is an experiment of how drunk you can get off 3 beers.
We're into beer 4.
Well, I mean, but ultimately, we're only going to have 3 beers.
Oh.
Each. I'm not a mathlete.
I mean, if you guys watch Drunk History, there's some level, there's like something,
Love that show.
it's progressively buzzy. I am far less confident in my freestyle ability as we drink more beer.
Yeah, me too. I don't freestyle. I've written everything I've ever done.
That's going to make this even funner.
I've written everything I've ever done. Well, that's not true. When I like to do like my choruses as improv as possible.
Okay.
But I like to sing them mostly.
You come from like a rock background?
Yeah, but only because I got pushed into it. Because so 2007, 6, whatever, there was no, you go play, like I'm started out as a songwriter, like on acoustic guitar. I was going to do that. I was going to be the next John Mayer, Jack Johnson guy. Yeah, okay. And that was not heard of. Like there was no way you could book a show. Like not even a coffee shop, dude.
Yeah, you could have done, what was it, Brick House. You could have done the Brick House.
I did do the Brick House.
Yeah, see, I wasn't wrong. You could do the Brick House. Shut up, Brick House.
My first shows were open mic nights at like the Garage, which I don't remember what the hell it was called back then. What the hell was the Garage back then? Mother's? No, that was a different place.
Damn, Mother.
It was called something else. It wasn't the Garage. It was before the Garage.
The library?
No, that was next door. I don't remember. But anyway, like you had to do open mic nights. And open mic back then sucked because it's like 12 people that didn't give a shit about your song. They just they're so anxious to play their song.
Oh, you're saying it's changed now? People are not as as self-sufficing? Or?
It's gotten different now. With the Denton Songwriters Guild, it's not like that because you get a prompt, and then you have a month to write a song about it, and then everybody comes and brings their song. So everybody's like,
that's cool.
Excited to see what the next person's ideas were on that prompt. And so it's changed the game of open mic nights for sure.
Okay.
But
that's cool, man.
Back then there was nowhere for a singer-songwriter to play. So I was like, all right, I'll start a band. So and I was super into Chevelle at the time. So I was like, I could do that. And then I did that for like 10 years. And then I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Well, and what was the name of your band again?
The Royal Tragedy back then.
That's right, the Royal Tragedy.
We were on TV, dude.
God dang, dude. I haven't heard that name in a minute. But yeah, the Royal Tragedy.
We were on TV.
Bronze Whaler, right?
Bronze Whaler, dude. Yeah, we played with those guys.
Yeah, shout out the homie. I mentioned the the Couch Hollywood earlier. You were like, you can't. The homie Jacob Delat was the bass player from Bronze Whaler.
Dude, I love those dudes. They put on a great show.
Yeah. He went on to do some really cool stuff with punk rock. They had a punk rock group out in LA called CC Potato. Okay. And they had the dude from News Radio, what's his name? Andy Dick. Andy Dick's like in one of their videos. And
nice.
I went and like sat in on a couple of their videos. Anyways, my point, music's cool, man.
It is cool. Like, I've met a lot of people through it. It's like you. Like, I wouldn't have known you without music.
That's true.
Do
you think maybe we'd know each other, like, because Fredo works with you now, and I've known Fredo outside of music?
I wouldn't even know Fredo without music.
Which means you wouldn't be working with him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Fucking music. See, music
dude.
It's a connector. It is connect 4. Connect 4/4.
So, was it 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon? Or?
16 bars to Kevin Bacon.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Music.
Beer.
Beer. No, it's fun. So we did the rock thing for a long time. And then me and my buddy decided... Because, we used to have house parties and I always had like a computer recording music all the time, making beats and stuff on Reason, and all my stoner friends wanted to freestyle rap. They weren't very good. Let me just tell you, they were not good at all. Like, it was the same 4 bars over and over again. Like, hey, man, hold up. I got a sweater. I don't know. Like, you know.
Well, go with it. You got a sweater full of what?
It was a fucking, I can remember it. Something about fleece. Fleece sweaters. Like, Old Navy was a thing back then.
I'm wearing an Old Navy fleece sweater. What are you trying to say, bro?
I'm from Texas. I drive a Lexus. Can't flex this. My Old Navy fleeces, something like that. It was the same rap every time.
I like Reese's.
I was like, it's not freestyle if you're doing the same rap every time you're doing it. Like, be original. And they just refused. And I was like, I'll do it. So I started rapping just to, like, despite them. Like.
Did you have a duo? It was like
I did.
You and somebody else,
Me
right?
and my boy Showcase.
Yeah.
We decided to practice like we practice as a rock band. So every Wednesday, from like 7 to whenever the hell, we would make a new beat, write the rhymes, and then just go. And so we did that for like 6 months, where it was like band practice. We treated it like band practice. And then, so our 10-year anniversary just came up, and I decided to just like put it all on streaming. Just dropped it all in one thing. Like, I didn't separate the albums or anything. I was just like, all of it. Here's everything we ever did.
Okay.
And he was like, holy shit. He didn't see it coming. So,
I mean, if you don't do that, is anybody ever gonna fucking hear it?
I was like, we have CDs. Actually it's on my Instagram somewhere.
You have 8 tracks?
2 or 3 years ago.
You have HD DVDs?
We had CDs. We had CDs. And this is what I'm getting. 2 years, maybe a year or two ago, I went to Denton Recycled Books, and the last copy was still on the shelf.
Oh shit!
For $9.99, I bought my own fucking CD back from him, just because I didn't have a copy of it at that point. I was like, okay, if I didn't find that, I would never been able to post this back on streaming.
Man, recycled
Books, man. So yeah, posted that up. It's out there. I don't know if it's great. I like it. It's fucking weird shit, dude. I even called him. I was drunk one day. I was like listening to it. I was like, man, thanks for letting me be weird, dude. Cause
you think recycled?
No, I called my boy Showcase.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
I was like, you didn't have to go with everything I said. Like, I'm glad you didn't say no to anything, because there were some weird choruses in there. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
You know, hip hop music is super expressive, and
there's no rules.
Well,
not really. There's no rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I wanna pivot real quick.
Okay.
No rules releases. Let's talk about that for a second, because I think COVID and shutting the fucking world down and everybody detaching for a minute changed what the perception of what the requirements were to make a record. And so I think no rules translates, at least for me, for Ian, it was a no rules release record for me. So like, if you listen to that record front to end, you're going to get reggae, you're going to get electro pop, you're going to get jazz, you're going to get boom bap, you're going to get fucking grime, you're going to get drum and bass.
You get Ian singing.
Oh, I do sing a couple of times.
It's good.
To my wife, mind you. And like, now that, not like surprisingly, but like astoundingly, like that's probably one of the most songs that people come back to me and they're like, we love Doe Eyes.
Do it. That's what I'm telling you.
The video, though, is probably one of my favorite videos I've ever storyboarded. The animation company that I was able to bring in for that was, like, I lucked out. I think I probably saved 90% on what I should have paid value-wise for what I actually paid cost-wise.
Link in the description.
Okay, cool. Anyways, the video for Doe Eyes, I literally was like, hey, I like the intro to Only Murders in the Building, and here's the lyrics to the song, and my wife's an eclectic artist, painter chick that has, like, you know, reworked my understanding of the art of doing nothing and all these, like, beautiful things, these elements I tossed into the creator, the animation side. That motherfucker, like, took in everything I said and, like, put it back out into this amazing video that then I turned into a book that I was able to give my wife as like a gift of self.
Sweet.
the next year as, as like a lyric book that
Yeah.
captured each scene, like kind of shot by shot. Long-winded, music, hip hop, Denton, then verse now, people, connection, cohesion, beer, rapping, connectivity, being in the moment, and owning ourselves. All of these things connect, and they intersect when my buddy Chris and I are having this podcast conversation over 4 beers and unknown moments, knowing that we just want to get to the point that we are all connective and we're all like vibrating. And for one simple moment, for anybody that's like going to listen to this or watch this or take this in, we're all sharing these moments together. So for once in this spectrum of skin suit existence, we're sharing it together. And in whatever moment you're listening to this or watching it or rewinding it back. So thank you.
Well said. Beer number 5.
7.
4, 5.
12.
Beer number 5.
We're drinking beer number 17. We've cut out the last 12 beers.
Save this one for last.
There's 12 beers
I
that
got
have
it.
not been seen, and this is a seamless, cohesive cut. What you have not seen is 9 hours of interaction to get to the point that we are here now, so that it seems like it's seamless, and you guys would never know out there in the real world that we have drank in 19,000 beers, and that this is the 50 billionth beer that we're going to drink in the last 17 million hours.
This isn't even my real beard.
We're drinking your beer?
No, my beard. This is AI.
It's AI.
This isn't even a movie set. This I'm actually on the beach in Acapulco. All right.
Shout out Denton Film Fest.
St. Arnold Art Car IPA. Are you art?
Wow,
you're an
how
art
many?
guy?
You got this motherfucker got 5 IPAs and was I got random beers.
I got the most colorful shit for Muenster. Like
That's fair.
Video game.
God damn it,
colors,
he's placating to my ego.
Like
this dude just diffused my frustration with an ego stroke.
I do
This is
this
how
with-
you do it, folks. Pay attention.
I do it with all my guests. Like,
You worked in education?
what would Muenster like?
Did you work in education?
I did not. They would not
small-
let me. I'm
they
not
wouldn't-
allowed
was it
near
the
a school.
beard? It was the beard.
Yeah, it's the beard. I'm barely allowed.
Let's
at the
talk
school.
about the amazing
I got kicked out of there.
little house on the prairie you have in your backyard that no one uses.
Yeah, I might rent it out as an Airbnb. If it had a bathroom, it'd be complete. If the studio had a bathroom, I would never have a reason to leave.
So he's building an outdoor shower, and the outhouse will be an extended feature of the Airbnb offering here at Casa de Coliba.
Doseland. Yeah. My hip hop name is Dose. I don't know if you know that.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Now I'm gonna change it to Dose 1500 though.
See,
And I have a
this guy switching it up.
I have an EP dropping soon.
Why dose fit? Oh, hold on.
I mean, I've been toying with the idea. Now that I got
Where's the 1500?
The new
Like,
studio.
what's the 1500 about? Is this your address?
it's the address of where we used to party. It's my mom's house. It's my mom's house.
Yo, shout out Big Mom's Coliba.
Yeah, dude. She's having cataract surgery soon. She can see
Is she in
clearly
the
now.
weeds?
Where do you think we got it from? Of course. She didn't give a fuck. That's why, like, all the stoners came to my house.
It's for my cataracts.
That's way before she had cataracts. She's been a stoner since the 80s.
3-finger lid.
You know, that Willie Nelson scene, like, I remember when a dime bag cost a dime. That's her right there.
I just stopped smoking last week. If you let me hit that.
It used to be weird, like, being in elementary, and, like, she would tell us, like, don't tell
This is
people.
not the Kolsch, right?
This is, no, it's just another IPA.
We're landing on the easy beer.
But she would tell us, like, don't tell your teachers that I smoke marijuana. Okay, I won't do that. It was just weird for her to say that.
No, it's not. It's
Like-
smart for her to say that.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Did you ever tell your teachers your mom smoked weed?
No.
There you go.
Told all my friends, though.
Just told the world.
Told my friends. Well, it's statute of limitations. Pretty sure she doesn't give a fuck anymore. You've seen the shit she posts on Facebook. It's
I have
fucking
not
wild.
actually.
It's fucking
so-
wild, dude. She's a conspiracy nut.
Yeah, is
Like
she
most
cultish or
Huh?
is she in the cult?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hate speech and all. No, I don't know. She's convinced that there's an underground bunker under the White House where they hung Chelsea Clinton, and there's clones of everybody, and there's no celebrities alive anymore. They're all clones.
There may very well be a bunker underneath the White House.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I want to go to the White House. Have you ever been to the White House?
I have.
You would? Oh wow, it's cool. I didn't know that the Washington was okay. So DC's over here. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Wait, no. You don't get to set the fucking joke up and be like,
Washington
oh,
State?
never mind.
I thought for sure
Washington State has nothing to do with Washington, D.C.
Exactly. It's on the other side of the fucking Americas, dude. It took me a long time to realize, like, wait a second. So every time they say the White House, I picture Northern California, like Washington State. No, it's over here. It's on the other side of the world.
For the record, he just said, every time I hear the White House, I picture, Northern California, Washington State. It's over here.
Above it, dude. You know what I'm saying? God damn, these beers kick ass, dude. And you know what I'm talking about. Washington State.
Yeah.
Who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
Fly, Eagles, fly, motherfucker.
Oh, really?
Swoop! Go Birds!
Oh, man.
Two of my co-founders are from Philly. I'm sorry. I've been indoctrinated at this point. Plus, when was the last time fucking Dallas did anything?
I'm not going for Dallas, dude.
Oh, so you're
They're not
going
even
for
in the Super Bowl.
Kansas City cheats? Okay.
Well, kind of have to. No.
Why?
I don't know. I've done it for like 3 years. I'm tired of seeing the same.
I
Super
actually
Bowl.
don't give a shit for the record.
I know. I so much wanted Commanders and Bills.
I feel like the rest of the world is with you.
Not everybody. I got so much hate on my fucking comments. I was like, God damn, I'm not against any of them. I just don't want to fucking watch the same shit over and over again.
What the fuck with Washington Commanders?
I don't know.
They could have come up with a different, more like midline name.
It was just football team or something, right? Like the football team. Now we watched Peter. Okay, so we're going to Disney World in a couple months. So we're trying to catch these kids up on all the old Disney movies. I haven't realized that I haven't seen Peter Pan in fucking forever.
Have you seen the disclaimer?
That's what I'm getting to. The disclaimer. Like, this shit might be racist. Like, basically is what it's saying. And then we watch it, we're like, holy shit, this is racist as fuck. So, good old 50s, you know. When
I
Wood
mean,
was
not
Wood.
to mention, it's a small world after all. Like, dude.
It's not that small. It was
I'm
probably
talking
small when
about
they
the
wrote that.
ride. Like, that ride itself
ride
was
itself?
fucked up, man. Like, yeah, I remember, like, as a kid, they'd show a video of it on these video. Like, mind you, I've never been to Disney, and we're shooting to take Cora to Disney at some level. But
Yeah.
I remember watching a VHS video of what it was like to go to Disney, and there was, like, It's a Small World ride, and there's, like, some
Creepy
Asian
shit.
Asian,
Oh,
like,
no, it's
models that
super-
come out,
yeah.
they're, like, fucking hands are prayed and they're like bent down.
Yeah,
Their
dude.
fucking eyes are like aligned to the left. Like, this is fucked up.
So on YouTube, there's these guys that they'll film the whole ride, so you can see all the rides. I was watching one last night. It's Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, innocent Mr. fucking Winnie the Pooh, right? It's all cool. It's a kids thing, like, you know, you're driving through, cool, and then all of a sudden it just turns for the worst, and it's an acid trip. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like black lights. There's giant fucking elephants and shit. Like, what the hell is going on here? And then I was like, wait a second. That's just like the other ride. Wait, that's just like the other. Like, how many acid trips are inside of Disney? Like, it's insane.
Maybe they're placating to their audience.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's adult humor or whatever. That's what they say. But it's like Alice in Wonderland. That. Aladdin had an acid trip. Moana had an acid trip.
Right, you've already been?
No, I have not been. But I feel like I have been because I've been planning this trip for a year. And we've watched every video you can watch.
All right, so
like, you know, all the movies and stuff.
contextual story.
Dumbo.
A couple weeks ago, I was out at NAMM.
Oh, you went to NAMM?
I didn't normally go.
Let's talk about it.
I was brought out to exhibit. So
you exhibited at
all right,
NAMM?
rewind.
I didn't know we were talking to a celebrity.
Last spring, I'm official South by Southwest performer.
Yeah,
So
boy.
bam. So I have the credential, right? So it's like platinum. I can get into all
Nice.
this shit. So I'm on the innovation and tech floor.
Hold on. Remind me to come back to South by Southwest. Go for it.
I've got access to the tech and innovation floor at this point. So I'm meeting all the brands. I'm like watching all the cool AI music stuff, blah, blah, blah. But one of the most like impactful brands that catches my eye is this company called Kit. And so, man, beer
will
makes
do
you
that.
burp. Yeah.
Beer will do
All
that.
right. Let's clear the slate.
We're hitting the finish line. We're good.
All right.
We got one more beer.
One last cerveza. This company, Kit, keep in touch better. They're out of Korea. Parent company is Muse Live. Anyway, so like, I think we talked a little bit earlier about crossing the chasm between the digital and the physical.
Right,
and that's
right.
what we're doing with Sneakar.
Yeah.
Similarly, with this Kit device, it's the way that we used to like exchange mixtapes, bro. Like you would take one tape and you'd trade it for another.
Right.
Only your friend would have that one tape. You would have the other tape. There's no like, oh, I've got this. Oh, you've got this. Yeah, because 1,000 other, 10,000, a million other people have it.
Yeah.
It's a 1-for-1. So similarly, this Kit device is a 1-for-1, and it uses the
Like NFTs?
Close. It uses the microphone frequency on your phone to deliver the
way.
audio content. So once it syncs with the microphone on your phone, and you've downloaded the app, so the app activates the microphone port. The microphone port's looking for something. It finds the frequency. It receives that record. Now, it can only exist on your phone. So you can't go and put that record on your buddy's phone or my phone. In that moment, you are the sole owner of this physical thing in the digital world. So, Kit better. Super cool thing.
Holy
Artist.
shit,
And
dude.
now, sidebar and like self-promotion to what I did and what you can do with it. 0 finger lift, 0 cost to an artist. So you can go to the Kit site, use their Kit studio, build your Kit record, upload all of your content, put your exclusive content, your embedded videos, your digital cards that you want people to get physicals of, create your record, and they're going to take a 60% scrape. Cool. No problem. You've put $0 into this thing, and you know how now have this like novel vehicle to get your content out. So Kit Better has changed the world for what independent artists are able to do to get their content out to people. Because you can then, send people to your e-com direct link and they can order and own this Kit album that you've put together for 0 cost.
That's crazy.
Anyways, back to NAMM. They flew me
crazy.
out as an artist exhibitor because I have a Kit record with them and because I've been engaged with their brand and we do a lot of ideation work together. Flew out to Southern California, saw Stevie Wonder play like literally right in front of me at the booth I was at, met and saw so many awesome other musicians, played synthesizers and
That's crazy.
electric
You know what?
clarinets. What?
Hey, Stevie Wonder, come out. Oh, no, he's not here. Just kidding.
I see what you did there, but he didn't. Anyways, so all these synthesizers and instruments and whatever, what have you. Day 2, I link up with my homie Eric Kubik, who I grew up with, but he's like hella connected to all the DMC world champs. Meet all the
DMC
beat
world?
junkies that are there.
Yeah, dude.
DJ Kubert's there. I get invited out to the LA LA Invitational
It's funny. You know
DJ
what?
battle.
DJ Kubert. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Can't
Kubert,
do it
Stevie
twice.
Wonder.
Can't
Oh,
do it twice.
they're camera shy,
Can't do it
so they don't
twice.
want to come out. Anyway, so I get invited out to the LA Invitational. There's like 5 DMC champs there, all the beat
fucking
junkies,
awesome, dude.
7 hours
Damn it.
long. It was insane. It was like a bracket structure of DJ battle DJing each other.
Yeah.
NAMM was nuts. I saw some incredible brands, incredible musicians, and got to spend some time in LA. So no
Fuck yeah,
complaints.
dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, man. Yeah. See, I'm a guitar player, so I watch all the NAMM guitar videos. I had no idea. I didn't realize that. I mean, obviously they do, but the DJ side of it, I have not really.
I didn't either.
haven't
And do
dug
you know
into
what
that.
else is huge? Like woodwinds and clarinets and
Yeah.
like all the band instruments. The huge presence out there.
I watch a lot of the recording stuff too. Like I'm a gearhead, so like, oh, what's the next preamp that we got to get? Like, what's the next fucking compressor? Let's see what we got.
This room here, reflects that.
I need a. Yeah. Well, if I had more money, I'd have way more preamps and way more stuff. But I got what I got. But it's so exciting to see like the new shit that's coming out. That kit thing sounds fucking awesome.
Oh,
I haven't heard
man,
of that.
I brought it because shit, I was going to show you on. It's in the car. So, back to Sneakar, connecting to Kit in our partnership, collaboration together, whatever, we have created living album covers. So
Living album covers. So
yeah.
they like. Ooh.
So if you aim the Sneakar app or the Sneakar site at the Kit devices, the albums will come to life because we're taking the After Effects or the Photoshop or the Blender file or whatever the creation of the album cover was in and taking the elements from it and building it out as a structure. And now it matches to the album, like the album framing, and it plays live.
Dude. Well, now we have to release whatever we do. If we do a song, we have to release it on that.
Okay.
So it's only there.
All right.
And on the podcast.
We have another beer to drink. I'm
One
not
more
done
drink.
with this. I have
One
to.
more drink. All right. We'll pause.
No pausing.
Do you want to pause?
No pausing.
I thought you had to pee.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
There's no pausing.
Chug that and let's get to the last
All
one.
right.
Beer number 6. And you know what? It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, it's a Kolsch. All
All
right.
good, Kolsch. This will be a light one, and it'll clear everything up. Be fine. Are you having fun, Ian?
I'm having a blast, Chris.
I'm so glad you came in. We've been talking about this for a long, long time. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Hold on.
I know.
Hold on, hold on.
I'm not. I don't want to leave you hanging now. At this point, I'm invested in the DAP. All right.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you as a person. No, because I like people, like, I'll ask you to play our shows and stuff, and you never say no. Like, that's so important to me. There's a lot of people that I ask, they're like, nah, it's not good enough for me. What do you mean? Being in front of a crowd? Like, you don't even have to bring your own crowd. We provide the crowd. Like,
yeah, and to be fair, like, being a part of growth is cool, too. Like, I remember when it was, like, a really tiny backyard, and there was no stage. And then there was, like...
some years we have stages, some years we don't.
Yeah, some...
It depends on the budget. No, I don't know. We switch venues a lot. So
Is Tommy still...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's sober.
I know.
It's crazy. Almost like a year and a half.
Oh, definitely that.
But he needed it. You fucking know it. He knows it. All right. So yeah, I appreciate that. And you don't ask for much. Like, you're just like, hey, let me fucking sell my wares. Like, yeah, go ahead. And then, so that means a lot, And a yes man. Just say fucking yes. Let's go fucking rock the show.
Let's over go. Me, man. And
then, what was that one year? It was so fun. We had Bill on the drums, right?
Oh, yeah, Quaz. Shout out King Quaz. Actually, I think I'm going to go link up with homie after this. I'm going to go and high five. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But it turned into a whole fucking jam fest. Like, all the other members of all the bands that played before.
That's right.
All got on
Is
stage.
that 2 years ago? I think that was 2...
that was so much fucking fun. Like, where the hell else are you going to get that shit? Like, you can't get that at a venue. Like, where members of other bands
Character jumped on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
everybody
that
just
was
like
great.
Guitar players from this band.
I had sort of not like
forgotten
forgotten about that, but like, a lot of other events have happened since then. So now I'm like playing it back in my head.
2 or 3 years ago.
It was just 2. It was literally just 2 years ago.
So much fucking
It was
fun,
that
dude.
farm property.
Yeah. We got kicked out of there.
Why?
Well, no, I don't think we got kicked out. I think he got paranoid because the cops came once for some other event. He used to have parties there all the time. It's called the Pharmacy.
Yeah, the pharmacy.
And he had the cops come once. And because he's renting the property, he didn't want to like chance that shit. Like, because that's a nice piece of land he's got right there behind the UNT field. It's pretty nice. So
this is not a Kolsch. They lied.
Oak Highlands Brewery. Did you lie to us?
It's just not. I mean, like a Kolsch should be crisp and light. This is an IPA.
I will tell you, Kolsch's are the hardest beers to keep fresh in any container. Like learning how to
too
homebrew,
Kolsch for school.
Like it will sour fast as fuck.
Why?
It just hates packaging.
How many beers have you brewed?
Me, I remember it since 2018. 3 beers a year. I don't know math. I don't know. I have more losses than wins right now.
So you've built 12 brews.
Because all my beers are fucking not good.
Why?
Because I'm hard on myself and they should be better.
So are they actually good?
Some of them are great. Some of them are terrible. But also, I'm trying to expect commercial beer out of my homebrew kit, which is not going to happen. So, it is what it is. But, dude, the ones I nail, fantastic.
What was the Christmas event where Quaz and I played there was like a bunch of land, and there was like a metal roofed building in the middle, and y'all were serving beer off tap, off to the side.
What? A bunch of land?
Like over by Newton Razor area? Not a bunch of land.
That's pharmacy.
No, then what? Okay, then if that's pharmacy, then what? Where did we?
The goats and shit.
2 years ago.
That's the pharmacy. He had the little stage on the plywood.
No, that's pharmacy, but that's not what I'm talking about.
The trailers that were in the middle of fucking downtown Denton. That was actually the half owner of Hoppenstein's land. Was there another one before that?
Yeah, it was the winter. It was the winter show.
The winter show. Do you think I know this because I
High
booked all these shows?
Chopsticks.
Who else played?
Shit.
Oh, so you didn't watch the other bands?
Man, no, it's just that I've forgotten at this point. But hey, you know what? It doesn't matter.
We only had like 3 or 4 places. I don't know. We change venues all the time. Delta 8 Denton, shout out Delta 8 Denton, has been very loyal to us for the last 2 years, probably.
What's that?
Delta 8 Denton.
Where's that?
Locust. On Locust Street, right across from the Juicy Pig.
I haven't played a show there.
Not yet. But, Drunken Bunny Brunch is coming up, and you have been extended the first offer.
I have. And
the first offer, because I just got that date as I was talking to you.
That was gangster. I was like, okay, I just need to check to see if I'm in town, but yeah,
Because I was told we weren't going to do Drunken Bunny Brunch. Fuckheads. And then they were like, hey, do you have bands? I was like, what? It's in 2 months? Let me get bands. Fuck. Well, I'm actually talking to Muenster right now.
I love
Muenster if he wants to come
That's like serendipitous as shit. All right, well, cool.
We had Digo play last year. He opened up. He wanted to open up, which is the noon slot. I think he just wanted free beer. Because nobody's there at noon, dude. Like, he knew that, too. He's like, yeah, the wife's got to do a photo shoot thing. I was like, nobody's going to be there. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Dude, that's some Denton royalty, too, though, man. Shout out Digo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. I think we were in, like, biology class together. I'm not sure, though. Maybe. Remember that scene from White Castle? No, White Castle. Damn it. Where he, like, falls in love with...
Is it recording? We're good?
Yeah,
all right. Okay, cool.
Where he falls in love with the bag of weed, and he's like, I love you. And he's just, like, beating her. Like, you know the scene, right?
Is it the Dookie Howser guy?
Yeah. No, it's Kumar.
No, see,
Harold and Kumar.
All right, so
White Castle.
I've only seen that movie once.
What?
And I remember liking it, and I saw it in the theaters, but it was also like 20 years ago. So yeah, like I probably need to revisit.
We had that on DVD. It played nonstop for like 6 weeks in our house.
Holy shit!
Like we were religiously watching White Castle.
As you guys were doing that, I was likely as religiously watching Super Troopers.
Super Troopers was the same thing.
So that was on the same kind of loop.
Same thing.
Same vibe.
Where they chug the fucking maple syrup, dude. It gets me every time. He throws a bottle at him.
If one of you motherfuckers says shenanigans one more time,
sit down, Rando. And he hits him again with it. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. I'll have
it'd take you down a peg or two.
And a chinchilla.
You boys like Mexico? We're pulled over. We can't pull over any further, man.
Dude, it's the greatest movie of all time. Super Troopers 2 Stupid. As
Terrible
fuck, dude.
movie.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Okay, let's go through the gambit. Zoolander 2. Stupid as fuck.
Stupid as fuck.
Anchorman 2. Terrible.
Stupid as fuck. Hated it.
Gremlins 2 is good.
Gremlins
Back
2.
to the Future 2 is the best.
Well, those are 80s. Let's talk about 2000s sequels. This is the worst. It's the worst.
Fast and the Furious 2.
Oh my god! You know the worst one I've seen of all time?
What?
There was a Big Lebowski sequel
No.
called The Jesus Rolls, and it's about Jesus, the bowling ball guy. That was the biggest piece of shit I think I've ever sat through.
What? Who else was in it? Anybody? From the cast, like, was anybody else?
Original cast? No, I don't think so. It was like, I don't know. I've watched it once, and I was like, what the fuck was this? Like, it was so bad.
Dude, all right, so terrible sequels. From the 2000s. There's got to be more.
From, shit, I don't know. There's a bunch, though.
Now we're on the spot. It's like, you know.
Yeah, now I'm on the spot. Yeah, but, okay, so Big Lebowski was terrible. Like, I don't know, like, Matrix 2, I didn't love.
Actually, the second one was terrible. The fucking 20-minute rave scene in the middle of the fucking cave for whatever reason.
Babylon.
Why was that happening? Why is this happening? I remember thinking that in the theater, like...
And then what are the ghost guys that keep, like, zooming in and out of cars, but they can't shoot anybody, right? Like, they're stormtroopers?
Yeah, fine. Fucking Matrix 2 wins, too. All right, that's on the list.
But then they made, like, 3 and 4 and 5. Speed 2. That one sucked, too. Another Keanu Reeves movie. Well, he wasn't in the Speed 2.
Yeah, there are very few sequels that are worth a shit, Chris. That is the damn truth.
Grown Ups 2? Maybe.
Was that the Neighbors? The one with the Neighbors? Like
Neighbors
where-
2 sucked, too.
But the Neighbors is good with the one with
Grown Ups 2.
Seth Rogen and the British girl.
That's
right?
Neighbors 2. Yeah.
But that's also the Neighbors.
Neighbors
Yeah,
and Neighbors
yeah.
2 with Zac Efron. What was the fuck? Who the hell is it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think we've established the standard is that the sequel sucks.
Don't fucking make a sequel.
All right.
Don't
No
make
sequels.
a B-rated sequel.
All right, how do we wrap this thing up? Because
Unless it's the full cast.
we're 6 beers in.
That's true.
You're 7 beers in with your Miller Lite off to the side.
Hey,
but,
don't movie magic, man. Movie
I mean,
magic.
what happened?
They don't know what I do. Anyways, you want to make a rap song?
This has been a journey. Sure, throw the beat on. Will
Well-
it pick up in the mic? Well, how are we gonna rap? What's the move?
We have a whole studio right here. We'll make a rap song. If we make a rap song, it'll be at the end. You're here right now.
We're not gonna make a rap song.
If not, you'll just see pictures of Ian. All right, cheers, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode.
Hey, this has been great, Chris. Thanks for having me out.
Hey, thanks for driving all the way the fuck down here to get drunk with me.
I missed it. It was a good reason to come. Easy excuse. Double E. Hey.
Check out the links in the description and watch his music
Sneakar.
videos. Thanks, man.
2024, 2037 is here.
Desperate for attention, wishing y'all would listen, but y'all preoccupied with the shiny things that glisten. But we glow up, we are grown-ups. If we had a way like bombs, we would blow up. Taking the stage like a choir on Broadway. You know the party's for real when I come through the doorway. Day drinkers, the #1 blinkers, shooting our shots until the eyes are longer blinkers. You catch me at the Alien Casino. Blink your eyes open, blink your eyes closed. You can catch me at the Alien Casino. Blink your eyes open, blink your eyes closed.
Who's the wolf? Me, I'm the goat. Back in the place in the words that I wrote. I never wrote shit. I just wrote shit. I'm in the place in the car, said I wrote shit. I said I'm surfing, sit down, said the teach is here. I'm professed on the word when I speak this year. Sit down, hush up, shut your mouth. They be like, you hella word, yeah, I be hella weird out, weird out, weird out. We catch me at the Alien Casino.
7 is here. So act right, act sight, add a light, add a mic, act alike. You can bring it right. Name is once I'm on the mic. No, I know the killer right. I've been known to bring it with it. Insulate your intellect, intimate. Known to running out of blood sugar. Back on the mic, on the words, a word wonder. Never on the place, on the mic, I don't wonder. Take with that situation, folks, it's all thunder. Back from the sound in the ground, it always under. They ain't never tried to word the words they plunder. I will steal the crowd, make the gold, make it bigger. Said Robin Hood is here on the mic, come swigger.